9 o'clock, and it is time for me to take a writing break. And I've got my coffee. I hope you do too. I am going to take 2 seconds to make sure we're on Periscope because, technology, we can't just write with a pen and paper anymore. I am going to technology, we can't just down. I try to turn the volume down on this phone when I'm checking for Periscope, and it just pumps it right back up again, so I have to turn it down every single time. All right, we are now live on Periscope. I hope people start showing up because I love talking with people. I love hanging out with you. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about something special that happens when you write a book or an article or whatever, but really when you write a book using the IES method. Now, what is the IES method? Let's start right there. The IES method is Inspire, Educate, Sell. Fancy, huh? I got real fancy on you. Let me, real quickly, we're doing a special free masterclass all about the IES method. It's all about, what to do and how to write and what happens when you do this and all these cool things. And so I'm going to actually change the little title on our screen right here, and I'm going to put the link. So if you guys want to check out, there it is. Check out the link. It's got a whole bunch more information, and it's next Thursday. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have some really interesting things happen. I've got surprises planned. But anyway, for today, I want to talk about something special that happens. So a lot of people who are business people, coaches, experts, entrepreneurs, speakers, people who want to write a book to support their business, they do everything they can to write it fast. Okay, entrepreneurs especially are all like, go, go, go. Let's get it done. Let's get it done, and then move on to the next thing. And sometimes that's great. Like it's useful to be action oriented. And I'm actually just going to check real quick to see if we have comments. If you guys are commenting, I'm trying to learn how to comment on Facebook, how to check them at the same time. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, cool. So let's see. There we go. All right. So now hopefully if you comment, I can actually see it and I can talk to you. Anyway, so something that happens when you rush through a book, you're losing out on a bunch of things that can really help you, and you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself out of an experience that 90% of the people, at least in America, they've done polls and things, 90% of the people say, I've got a book in me, I'm going to write a book, or I want to write a book. But they never do. Like almost nobody does. Because it's a challenge. It's not hard, but it's not easy either. It depends on how you do it. But the people who do it, and the people who are entrepreneurs, they're out there trying to get their business going, and they're like, a book's going to help my business. I'm going to attract clients and customers. I'm going to make all this money. This is great. They cheat themselves of an amazing experience because they're rushing through it, because they're using a template that someone else gave them. They're not using their natural instincts and what they want to say. They're writing in the order that somebody else gave them. That's the first cheat, that they lose out on that experience. And also, if they're trying to write a book in a weekend, or write a book in a week, or write a book in 30 days, or like the time constraint is the focus, and they're just trying to get it done as fast as possible and throw it up on Amazon so that they can be an author. You get the end result. You get to be an author. Yes, you can take 10 blog posts off your website, throw them up on Amazon, and you're an author. Boom, done. But you miss the experience. And the experience that I'm talking about is really powerful, and it actually helps your business grow just because you grow. You learn really neat things that happen that you never learn any other way other than writing a book. So in the old days, and I learned this from a client who I'm currently ghostwriting her book, and she said, in the old days, CEOs, people who are running companies, their job was to think. That was their job, was to think about how to grow the company. How can we get the teams to work better together? How can we get people working more efficiently and more productively towards our common goal? That was their job, is to think. Now, CEOs are in putting out fires and worrying about PR and trying to keep, you know, the social media trolls at bay. Like they're doing anything but their job. And if you're an entrepreneur, you are the CEO. If you're, you know, a solopreneur, you're working on your own, you're a freelancer or a coach or whatever, you are the CEO. Your job, at least part of it, is to think and to sit down and focus on what your business is and what it means. So when you use the IES method, the Inspire, Educate, Sell method, and that link that's up there, just to remind people who've just joined, that's where you can learn about the method in great detail. It's a free masterclass that we're doing next Thursday. When you do it this way, you learn so much about your business. First of all, before you even learn about your business, you learn that writing is fun. Like you don't have all the fear and the anxiety and the angst and the, oh God, I've got all this stuff in my head and I just can't get it out of me. That goes away because this method draws things out of you. It's like I'm sitting there as a ghostwriter, and so what I've really done is duplicated myself. So when I sit in front of a client, I tease out all the information and I ask a ton of questions, and I'm just like, well, what about this and what about this? And I pretend that I am their target audience or their client or customer that they want to attract, and I pull all this information out of them, and then I write the book. That's what I do. But what I've done with the IES method is I have taken all of that process, which usually takes 2 days of all day, like it's an intense process, and I've duplicated it so that you can do it for yourself. How cool is that, right? So you can take, you know, my $50,000 package and duplicate it for yourself. Really cool. So you find you don't have those blocks. You don't have that hour or two a day where you're just staring at the screen going, oh my God, I don't know what to write. Because you've got it in your head. You already know everything you need to know to write a book is inside you. You just need somebody or something or some method to pull it out of you. So that is one really cool thing that happens is you don't get stuck. You also start enjoying it. This same author that I was just talking about with the CEOs, she told me yesterday, she's like, I can't believe how much I'm enjoying this process. I can't believe how much fun it is finally getting all of this information out of my brain and onto a screen. Like, she's tried to do it herself. She's tried to do it, you know, she's tried to do all these things without using my method. And it's just been frustrating for her. It's been really frustrating because she didn't have the focus. She didn't know what she was actually writing about. She didn't know who her actual target audience was and who she was supposed to be speaking to and how she was supposed to be writing to them. So she was just like, I can't believe how much fun this is. And she's like, I can't wait to get up and do another section. And that is what I want to hear. That's what I want, is I want you guys to be emailing me going, oh my God, this is so much fun. I'm really enjoying this process. And I actually do hear that a lot, which is wonderful. It's like, yes, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, you know, an exploration process that you cheat yourself when you only write in a weekend or you write in 30 days. You're rushing through and you're trying to get everything pushed out. You cheat yourself of the process where you're like, this is really fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm actually exploring and taking that time that CEOs used to take to think about my business. So in addition to it being fun, you learn so much about your target audience, about your clients and customers you're trying to attract, about how you need to communicate to them, about what words do they resonate with, and you know, what objections do they have that you need to overcome, and what problems are they facing, and what solutions do you have that you can plug into those problems, and all these things, okay, you may not have ever thought of, or you may think you know what they are, but they turn out to be different. What happens to me every single time I ghostwrite a book for a business person? I haven't ever ghostwritten a book that wasn't for a business person. They I turn in the first draft. They tell me I know everything I want to say, and they send me information, and they do recordings for me, and they send me their speeches, and they send me their courses, and I go through all the stuff, and I look at their blog posts, and I pull out as much information as I can in their own words, in their own voice, and I write a draft, and I send it to them. And every single time, they come back to me and go, oh, but I know so much more, but I have so much more to say, and this isn't the way that I should say it. I think I should say it this way, or we need to add this other section in here because I forgot about this. So what happens is when they see their words in writing in a book, and I mean, it's not a book, it's a screen, because the first draft is always on a screen, but sometimes I encourage them to print it out, take it to UPS or Staples or Office Depot or someplace where they have copy services and say, here is a file, and it's just on a thumb drive, or you can even email it to them and say, print it out in a book form, and they'll print it out in like a spiral bound book for you, and you can look at it and you read it, and it puts you in a completely different mindset. It puts you in the mindset of the reader, and you read it and you go, oh, but I have a question about that. Oh, but that's not the best way to explain this. Maybe if I explained it this other way. So you're completely not flipping, but changing how you communicate to your target audience. And you never would have figured that stuff out if you hadn't taken the time to write a book to that target audience. Does that make sense? Like, I can't even explain to you the value, the business value of sitting down and writing a book for however long it takes. For some people it takes a week. Awesome. For some people it takes a month. Some people most people it takes about 90 days gives you time to do it. I like, some people will do it in 30 days. It just depends on how big their book is and how long they've been in business and how much they've done thinking about this process. Like, what is this? And it's a sales process. What you're doing is you're becoming a better salesperson. You're becoming a better salesperson by writing your book, because you are learning better ways of communicating your message. Is that getting through to you guys? Like, this is why the IES method is so different. It's not about getting words on a page. It's not about getting your name with the word author after it, or best-selling author, or award-winning author. It's not about any of that crap. Like, that's important, and it's cool, and it gives you amazing, credibility and positioning and all this stuff, and you're an expert. Like, yeah, it does all that. Any book will do that, including a book that's just a bunch of blog posts or a speech that you threw up on Amazon. But this method helps you explore your business. It really gets to the core of your message to your clients and customers, and it makes you a better salesperson. It makes your sales team better at their jobs. And what does that mean for you? It means more money at the end of the line, right? And for most people, at least at the beginning, they want to write this book so that they can make more money, right? Because they want to attract clients and customers. They want people to hire them to speak. They want people to buy their next book. Or upsell into the workbooks and the courses and all of the things that you have planned for these people. But if you're not speaking to them in their language that they need to hear, with all of their objections covered, your book is basically a sales message. IES stands for Inspire, Educate, Sell. And that sales piece is important. I'm getting a red blinking light. I hope I've not been cut off of my live. I hope not. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here because I have a ton of work to do today. I want to encourage you. You can write this book. You can get it done. You can afford to take the time to do it right, because you are going to get so much more benefit than just having your name as an author. Huge, huge, huge. If you want to learn more about how to do this, how to write a book that inspires, educates, and sells without overwhelm, burnout, or writer's block, even if you don't know where to start, that's the title. It's really long, right? I want you to sign up for this masterclass, because I want to spend time with you to really go through it. These little 10-minute lives are not enough time to really go through this method. I wouldn't be able to do it justice, and you wouldn't get it. You would think you got it, you go off and it wouldn't work, and then you go, this thing doesn't work. So go to this link. It's on the screen, go.inspireeducatesell.com/masterclass. And there's a bunch of information there, but you just sign up. It's a free course. It's going to be a blast. There might even be belly dancing. No, really. I've got all these cool things, surprises for you. Your class, and I will see you then. I'll see you tomorrow as well. Oh, no, wait. It's Friday. Woo, it's Friday. When you are a solopreneur, as you know, or an entrepreneur or whatever, days, you forget the days. I forgot it was Friday. So I won't see you tomorrow morning, but I will see you Monday morning. And hopefully I'll see you on the masterclass on Thursday. All right, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your Friday. I can't wait to read your book. I know it's going to be amazing, and I really would love it if you would comment. Let me know what you're thinking. What's your book going to be about? That's the coolest thing. Tell me what your book's going to be about. I can't wait. All right, I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.